28% of markets across the Lower Mainland have increased in prices for the last 2 consecutive months, and 90% of attached markets are back in sellers markets. What? In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what you need to know about the Vancouver real estate market, touching on all cities across the Lower Mainland so that you can cut through the headlines and the noise and get true perspective of exactly what is going on in the Greater Vancouver real estate market today, so you can make the best real estate decisions for you and your family. What's up, guys? My name is Mark Parsons and I'm a licensed real estate agent with eXp Realty, helping buyers and sellers make their best move in the Greater Vancouver area. If you get any value from this video, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button and tap that notification bell. It helps out my channel tremendously. If you have any questions or opinions on the Vancouver real estate market, hit up those comments below. I love to hear others' opinions and engage, and I respond to 100% of my YouTube comments. If I can help in any way at all, do not hesitate to call, text, or email. All of my contact info is below. You can also find a link below to book a call directly on my calendar. If you don't reach out, I can't help. All right, guys, now you can see my screen. In this video, I'm going to go give you a bird's eye view of exactly what's happening with the real estate market across the Lower Mainland, covering detached market, as well as the attached market, condos and townhomes. What we've noticed, we're starting to see some shifts in the market that are really worth taking notice. 28% of the markets across the Lower Mainland have now showed 2 consecutive months of price increases. I'm not saying for certain that this is the end of the bottom, but these are the type of signals we look for to see when there are changes in the market. We've got interest rates at or near their top and likely prices at or near their bottom. I really do believe that 2023 is going to be the year where buyers come back to the market, and for those who possibly wait too long, they'll be looking back saying, oh, that time would have been the best time to purchase. But we can never see when the bottom is until it's already behind us. So it always starts with first seeing it with the boots on the ground, busy open houses, multiple offers or subject-free offers, which we already have been starting to see for the realtors who are out there, depending on locations and price points. Then you start to see it in the stats in terms of the sales ratio or the absorption rate, measuring how quickly the market is moving. That's how we measure if it's in a buyer's market, a seller's market, or a balanced market. We're seeing right now for detached homes, every one of the ones that has a purple square around it, that is in a seller's market. And right now, 40% of the markets for detached homes across the Lower Mainland were in sellers markets, okay? So if we look at this, it's and just to let you know, 40% of detached homes in sellers market 2 months ago, that would have been maybe 10%. Like it is a significant change that we're seeing. Another thing worth looking at, you'll see up here, we're measuring it month over month. So what difference between January and February, inventory, solds, and sales ratio. So what is that referring to? Well, this is the inventory, this is the sales, and this is the sales ratio. If it's above 21% or above is a seller's market. So when we look at this, if the number is in green, that means that the supply and demand went more in favor of sellers from January to February. If it is in red, it means that it went more back in favor of buyers month over month. So it's really easy to see how this happens. In Port Moody, inventory was down 5% month over month, and sales was up 175%. So yes, that's going to put pressure upward towards sellers. You've got more buyers than inventory coming to the market. Even in West Vancouver, where this is actually in a buyer's market only at 9%, from the month before, it is in less of a buyer's market or more in favor for the sellers than it was a month before. And the point I'm making here is if inventory went up 10% and sales went up 53%, then yes, it's going to put pressure on that number. And when we look at Port Coquitlam or New Westminster here at 18%. Well, inventory went up 15% and sales didn't go up at all. So yes, that's going to put pressure the other way. When we look at the numbers this way, we can actually see where the market is likely to go, because it really always just boils right down to supply and demand. And again, Port Coquitlam, it went down from the previous month in terms of back more in favor of buyers, down to 14%, which is considered a balanced market. And why is that so? Well, inventory went up 34% and sales went down 15%. And any of these ones that are in firm sellers market, you can see inventory up 11%, but sales up 73%. It's going to put that pressure on. So that is for detached homes. If we're looking at buyer or seller's market, 40% are in sellers markets, and about 80 to 85% are all more in favor of sellers than they were the previous month. So it doesn't mean it's in a seller's market, but it does mean that the supply and demand is actually making it a little tougher for buyers and a little more advantage for sellers. For any one of these that's green, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those ones aren't in seller's market, but they're moving more toward it. And then you had 1, 2, 3, 4 that were moving back toward buyers. Now, if we look at prices year over year, what I'm showing in the purple here is any markets that have had 2 consecutive months of price increases. So for detached homes, it's only 4 markets, but that does account to about 18%. So 18% of the markets of detached homes, almost 20%, almost 1 in 5, have seen 2 consecutive months of price increases. Now, with that said, I will have a caveat, because 2 of these are expensive markets. So South Surrey, which includes White Rock, and West Vancouver, they do hold a lot of luxury homes. Now, there's 2 ways to look at this. Number one is it is possible that there were a couple very, very luxurious homes that kind of tweak that average up. So it could be an anomaly. It's something we want to look closer. But the other side of that is when we start to see legitimately the luxury markets increasing in pricing, it makes it very, very easy for the other ones to follow. Just like we usually see them fall first, the highest, most expensive real estate starts to come down, and then it goes down the ripple effect into lower pricing points. So this one I would have to look closer at. If it is in fact that South Surrey and West Vancouver are legitimately seeing price increases and not just having anomalies of ultra luxury sales, then this would be something really worth looking at. Other than that, if we look at prices are typically down. So even the markets like Port Coquitlam, it's had 2 consecutive price increases month over month, twice in a row. Prices are still down 18% year over year. So at some point, the buyers come and say, hey, I don't know how much farther they're going. This is a good opportunity from where I was before. Even if I'm locking in at higher interest rates, I'm locking in at lower prices. And when I renew my interest rate in the future, I'm going to have a lower interest rate, but I'll still have the lower property price. Where for the people who wait for prices to drop, which is likely will go right in line with prices going up, they are going to be locking in at the highest real estate price. And then when they renew their mortgage, they're still sitting at that higher price that they're looking to pay off their mortgage. So with that, you can see year over year prices are down significantly in most areas. Mission 27%, Abbotsford 35%, Cloverdale 28%, North Delta 26%, New West 27%. North Van 20%, Port Moody's up 1%. The point being made here, guys, is people who are waiting for prices to drop, the lion's share has already happened. I mean, 35% is so significant. How much further you believe it will go, is up to you. But I truly believe that the time to be buying is in 2023. I believe by the end of 2023, people will be able to look back and say, oh, that was actually where the bottom was. And it will be clear that was where the best opportunity was. For some of these markets, it will actually be, it's possible, for these ones that have gone up consecutive a couple months, if they go flat and then down a bit and up and the bottom is actually behind us, the bottom will be looking at around December or let's say November to January of 2022, 2023. That is kind of what it's looking at, but we'll still have to wait and see. Next, we're going to attached market. So this is condos and townhomes. And now we're back at the monthly variances, which is where we are looking at the sales ratio or absorption rate, or how quickly properties are coming off the market. How do we measure if it's on a buyer's market or a seller's market? Is whenever the sales ratio, this number on the right here, is above 21% or above. Now, in the attached market now, and this is very much something people should be paying attention to, 90% of the markets are in sellers markets. So any one of these ones with a purple square around it, they are officially in a seller's market. The only ones that are not in a seller's market are West Vancouver and downtown Vancouver. These, are some of the most expensive markets that are out there. And some of these markets like Cloverdale at 56%, that's less than 2 months of inventory on the market, guys. That is a smoking hot market. Ladner, 57%, that's less than 2 months of inventory on the market. I say in Vancouver, even though over 21% or above is considered a seller's market, in the Lower Mainland, they don't start feeling like a seller market until they start to get above the 30%, which you can see Coquitlam at 48%, Port Coquitlam at 40%, Mission's at 24%. It's a seller's market, but those who are selling may not feel like it is. Richmond at 27%, Abbotsford at 29%. But yeah, 90% of the attached markets are in sellers markets. That is not a market that will continue to see downward pressure on prices when 90% of the market is in sellers markets. So, buyers, be aware. If you've been thinking, now is the time to start at least seriously watching the market. Sitting on the sideline is not going to cut it. Sitting on the sideline will guarantee you that you miss the opportunity, and only notice that it is in the past when it is so obvious that it's no longer the opportunity. So now if we go into annual prices, and you can see, guys, prices are down in most markets. So although it's sellers market, these are buyers who are taking advantage of prices that are down quite significantly. Because when we come here, which is attached, so condos and townhomes, annual variance, so sale price is the third one there. We have, now this is where it's interesting. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 markets. This accounts for 36% of the attached market. Actually has seen 2 consecutive months of price increases in a row. So 36% has seen month over month, 2 months in a row of prices going up. It's definitely something to be watching. Now, with that said, guys, prices are still down. So Surrey, still average price down 13%, even though prices have gone up 2 months in a row, meaning the buyers who are taking advantage of that are getting their property at a discount. They're going to be able to renew their higher interest rates in the future to lower interest rates while still locking in a lower price. And then so you can see it here. Sales prices are down in both. North Vancouver down 12%. Port Moody down 8%, East Van 11%, Abbotsford 26%, Cloverdale 15%. This is prices down year over year. And if we look back here, so we're back to monthly, just to re-explain, looking at whether it's in the green or the red, there's only 2 markets, 1, 2, that North Delta and Pitt Meadows from January to February, it became more advantageous to buyers over that month. For every other market, regardless if it's in a seller's market or not, even downtown and even the 2 markets that are not in a seller's market are still tilted to the favor month over month of sellers, meaning more competition for buyers or less inventory, whatever the case may be. So that's it, guys. Trying to go through very quick. If you have any questions, you can comment below, but these are the things that we want to be aware of if we are at all trying to be timing the market, which I don't really recommend timing the market. Real money is made in real estate from time in the market, not from timing the market. But we're going to be getting to a place where we're going to be able to point back and say the bottom is behind us. Are we there yet? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. These 2 months of consecutive price increases, that's how it starts. But of course, it could turn around or go flat or anything like that. But if we look back at the last 2 months, 28% of markets across the Lower Mainland have 2 consecutive months of price increases. For detached homes, that's 18%. For attached condos and townhomes, that's 36%. 90% of attached markets, condos and townhomes, are in sellers market, and 40% of detached homes are in sellers markets. If I cannot ignore these numbers, guys. I believe this is the beginning. We are seeing the lagging indicators that the bottom is possibly already behind us, or we're sitting in it right now for some markets. So definitely reach out. You can catch my contact info below. If you have any questions, let's chat some more. Bye for now. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully that gave you some true perspective on what is happening across the Greater Vancouver market right now in real estate. Share your opinions and questions in the comments below. I respond to each and every one. If you're thinking about buying or selling or investing, book a call on my calendar in the description below and let's chat. Call, text, or email anytime. If you don't reach out, I can't help. See you on the next video.